My name's Joe Cave. This is my Star Project report for Monday the 26th. I did mine on the NCAA. Let's go ahead and start off. A sports trend that we've been seeing frequently in organizations is wanting another form of primary consumption away from the traditional sports that they've been playing for decades. The NCAA is wanting to attract a younger audience by promoting and hosting an online esports event. It is a great idea for the NCAA to tap into another market and be the first large organization to get into the sphere of esports. It has been a large market that is only growing, and the NCAA would be fools not to hop on this trend soon. The goal is to host an online tournament for esports and bring in a new, younger audience to the fan base. There has to be hires made in the organization to handle things on the esports side, preferably someone with experience and knowledge in the area. It would be an easy source of money, as esports just continues to grow and the NCAA has the backing to promote it as they please. A board of directors needs to set a game plan to be put in action to get this thing rolling. I recommend that they bring in some known names from the esports community, such as Optic Hex, Maven, etc., to boost the credibility and bring attention to the league. Next, the board of directors needs to approve tons of advertising during regularly scheduled NCAA games as well as elsewhere on other networks. Next, they need a partnership with either Twitch or YouTube to stream exclusively and bring the viewership to the next level. After that, all they have to do is continue to stream and host events, and it will increase in popularity without a doubt. The NCAA is a storied organization with over a century of time under its belt and continued efforts towards being the best in sports. It was formed in 1906. This led to the NCAA being the lead organization behind one of America's favorite sports, college football. Without the NCAA rules and regulations, we would never see college football the way it is today in all its glory. The NCAA is huge and worth more than 11 figures annually. They brought in $18.9 billion with a B from all athletic departments in 2019. They're the big dog of sports and have arguably more reach than the professional leagues even do. The NCAA each year hosts 90 championships across 24 sports and 3 divisions. They're the gatekeeper of the most sport activity than any single pro organization in the world. The NCAA is almost untouchable and works on their own regards, but they are undeniably powerful as an organization. The problem with that the NCAA will run into is the diversifying of their audience. There are a lot of people who enjoy normal college sports who also enjoy esports, but this is a small portion of the overall audience. Most people who are fans of college football are older than normal college age and don't indulge much in video games at all. The NCAA must target this smaller audience of gamers and make their esports display one that can be respected by the gamers who have seen dozens of events and broadcasts before. This problem of not being able to target a younger audience has been in play for years. YouTube had a problem with a lot of their videos passing the age restriction on accident or breaching guidelines, so they made YouTube Kids to solve the problem. The NCAA needs to make a separate branch for esports and hire a lot of people to properly run this operation. Partnerships with other established brands will help bring in that audience that they're seeking also. If they do not fully support and push this esports brand onto the public and make promises they can keep as soon as possible, they have potential to lose a lot of money. Esports is held to a certain caliber nowadays and must be operated correctly to maintain viewership. If the NCAA can partner with Twitch and have events broadcasted live, they will blow up more than expected for sure. They're only missing a few small pieces and correct staff to bring this to the limelight. A lot of things that will go into this becoming a reality, and it must move fast as to not miss out on potential fans. Partnerships with Twitch or another streaming brand will be the biggest help to bring in the gamers. If the NCAA really wants to do this right, they will put as many resources as they can into it and put quality events on for the fans. The last thing they'll want to do is spend all this money in the branch to flop. They must give it their all in this competitive gaming media space. In the articles I read, the main theme is always better understanding esports. If you are not in the realm of gaming and esports, then they may sound ridiculous to you. Why would someone want to watch someone else play a game when they could play the game themselves? Makes sense. But if you think about it this way, That's like asking why watch Trevor Lawrence throw touchdowns when you could just go play the game yourself and be a quarterback. We spectate others play games because they're better at the games than we are, and it's entertaining to watch. Simple as that. The NCAA needs to get in the mindset of a gamer. They need to have staff going to spectate events and see how they are run, look at the type of people that go, and analyze how they need to approach this plan. They are sports guys but have never stepped into esports and do not understand it fully yet. A fan of an esports team can be a bigger fan than those of college football teams at times. Esports is just another form of entertainment that has a lot more fans and outreach than you would think. Escapism is a huge trend in sports and esports alike. People want to take their family to a football game to escape from reality and enjoy life for a few hours with no distractions. The same goes for esports. It is just another escape from reality with a huge untapped audience. There are some people who didn't like sports much growing up but loved video games, and this is the equivalent to their NFL. Excuse me. You want to see athletes perform at the highest level in your favorite category, regardless. Esports is a valid category in the current age because of this. Excuse me. Esports gets a ton of its value from originality. The same way a lot of early YouTubers blew up and became internet famous during the beginning days of YouTube, it's because no one else is doing it right now. They were the first ones to tap into the audience, so they got the bulk of the fans, even though their predecessors may be more experienced and more entertaining than them. They were just the first ones to get there. In the last few years, we have seen esports grow so much and become way more valid than it used to be. If the NCAA can capitalize on this new thing and its amazing potential growth, they will be even richer than before. Along with the money, we hope they can create an experience enjoyable for all the gamers. The first plan of action is to hire people in the esports field who know what they're talking about and have experience. They could bring in big names from already established organizations like Optic or FaZe that have credibility and already have a huge following. They must have event planners, accountants, figureheads of esports, and of course, players to watch. It will be easy to find participation and get it off the ground with amateurs, or they could sign pro players, whichever route they decided. Next, they need to work on getting a partnership with Twitch preferably. The NCAA name carries weight, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get that deal. Once they have that deal, they'll be on the largest online broadcasting site for esports and games in general. From there, the reach is unlimited. They just have to continue to capitalize on each stream, and they will pull in more fans. Events need to be professionally planned and executed. There's no room for lacking in this area, as there's already been countless legendary events held for esports in the past, MLG, UMG, and such. There's a certain unspoken quality that must be met for these events, or they will not gain traction. Widespread of events would also boost fans, as people could visit one of these events in their own state. Otherwise, they cannot compete with MLG and other competitors. There may be problems in acceptance of our new league, so advertising and special promotions will be our best friend. Just as we saw with Twitch versus Mixer, people are hesitant to move to a new platform that is unproven when they can remain loyal to the platform they have consumed the most of. This is why a Twitch partnership is crucial to success. No one will watch a tournament on the NCAA website, but if it is front page of Twitch, it may have over 100K concurrent viewers. Once we have proven ourselves on Twitch with quality, consistent content will be the upward slope to the top. With a combination of all these aspects, the plan will not be simple, but it is possible. We must capitalize on the originality and make our event something special. Partnerships will play a major role as well towards growing our audience. Esports is a form of sports now, so the NCAA should respect and recognize that by only hosting the best events and no cutting of corners. The competition will be stiff, but the NCAA can break through the barrier with consistency. I really do believe if they took this plan into action, they would have success and they could grow their esports brand as large as they wanted. They could easily be the biggest producer of esports content and be the front page. That is my presentation. Thank you very much.